Soften your knees a little bit and spread out your toes. Rock forward and back between the front of your foot and your heel. Keep your knees a little bit soft as you do it. Keep the rock going and just feel what it feels like to be a little bit forward of yourself. And then as you go back into the heels, a little bit behind yourself. What's it feel like to come forward? What's the braking system in the body that stops you from falling flat on your face when you're coming into your toes? And then as you rock back towards your heels, what's the braking system in your body that stops you from falling backwards? Begin to make the rock a little bit smaller and smaller. So not as far forward, not as far back. And then let the rock start to shift to where your whole foot is on the ground. Foot's not lifting. You're not really heavily weighting in the front of the heel or the back of the heel or the front of the foot or the top of the foot or the bottom of the foot. It's really now just a rock of your tibia, which is your shin bone, in relationship to your talus and your heel. So your heel's rooted, your forefoot's rooted, and your toes are spreading, and the rock is smaller and smaller. And you know where your shin bone is, right? It's right beneath your kneecap, right? It's one of the two bones between your knee and your foot, your ankle joint. And it has a little rock to it, right? Because it rests, the tibia rests on talus, which is a bone that is sitting right on top of the heel and literally is like a rocker. So just a couple more rocks, picturing the long bone of your tibia, your shin bone, right beneath your knee, moving forward and back. Bend your knees a little bit more, and now let's rock the tibia by little knee bend, leg extends, little knee bend. So this is definitely now bringing the top of the shin bone forward, right? The part of the shin bone right above, beneath your kneecap. Bringing it forward, yeah. And if the top of the shin bone is moving forward, the base of the shin bone resting on talus at the ankle joint is moving backwards, right? So when you bend your knees, top of the shin bone moves forward. That's what bends the knees. Yeah. Couple more times. You're building connection here. All right. And then now stand. Bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra. With gratitude for this connection that we all seek. Look into your own heart. That's the greatest place of connection for all of us. And then release your hands and open your eyes. Take a big breath up. Exhale your arms down by your side. Oh, we got to do that a couple more times. Big stretch out and up. Reach out to go down. Two more. Breathe in. Try to breathe in and out through your nose. Good stuff. Keep your hands up on this one and slide your fingers together. Turn your palms open. You can keep your elbows a little bit bent. Bend your knees too. So elbows and knees a little bit soft. And then push down from pelvis to feet, like you're pushing the earth away. And then lift up from pelvis through ribs. So you're extending up through your rib cage. Yeah, making a little space for all your vital organs. And now unthread your fingers, slide them apart, reach out to the side walls and lower your arms. Inhale, big breath up. Exhale, clasp your hands back behind you, bend your elbows. Yep. Keep your hands a little bit close to your pelvis, knees soft, toes spreading. Draw your tail down, lift up through your heart. Move the head of your arm bones back and breathe. Release your arms down by your side. In breath, arms reach up, take them out, right arm in, left arm underneath, eagle arms. So backs of the hands could touch, palms can touch, or if the arms are separate, just try to press them towards each other. From the tips of your elbows being held at the height of your shoulders, Make a little circle with your elbow tips. Reverse. Hold your elbows steady, head nod. On an exhale, chin towards chest. On an in-breath, head up. Keep it going. Breathe. Next time your head is upright, open your arms out wide. Exhale them down. Reach forward and go up. Reach out, left arm into the midline. So I am practicing right, left. I am cueing right, left, which means for many of you, I may look opposite. Stay with the right, left cues during the practice. Holding your elbows at the height of your shoulders, draw little circles with your elbow tips. Reverse. Hold your elbows steady, continue to breathe, and on exhales, chin towards chest, in-breath, head up. Keep it going. Sync it with your breath. One more. When your head is up on top of you, open your arms out wide. Reach from your heart to your fingertips. Big stretch. Exhale your arms down. Journey to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose. Fold forward, standing forward fold. Right foot back lunge. Right foot forward, standing forward fold. Hands to your pelvis. Rise tall. Release your arms down. All right, let's go again. Big breath up. Exhale, chair pose. Continue to breathe. Fold forward. Make a connection to the earth with your hands and your feet. Left foot back lunge. Breathe. Left foot forward. Standing forward fold. Hands to your pelvis, legs firm. Elbows shooting to the sky as your heart goes forward. Rise tall. Release your arms down. And again, big breath up. Exhale, chair pose. Breathe. Next exhale, forward fold. Right foot back lunge. Right hand flat to the mat. Left hand to left hip crease. Push with your right hand into the earth. Turn your right ribs towards your left leg. So you're turning into a twisted or a revolved lunge. Option, left arm to the sky. Breathe. Left hand down. Right foot forward. Forward fold. Take an in-breath. Get long. Exhale, fold into your legs. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose if you can. One more time. In-breath, lengthen. Heart moves forward, pelvis moves back, legs stay firm. Exhale, fold towards your legs. In-breath, lengthen your spine, bend your knees a little bit. Steady through the legs as your hands come to your pelvis. Rise tall. Arms down. Reach up, reach out. Big breath. Chair pose. Keep breathing. Next exhale, forward fold. Left foot back lunge. Left hand flat to the mat. Right hand to the right hip crease. Use your right hand, anchor the right femur down. Keep your back leg, inner thigh lifted and strong. Pushing with your left hand into the earth, turn your left ribs to the right. Raise your right arm up to the sky. Option, right? Don't have to. If today's a crazy day, breathe. That one's not an option, right? Breathe. Keep breathing. Next exhale, both hands down. Push with your right foot. Step your left foot forward. Standing forward fold. Exhale to fold in. In-breath through your nose. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. In-breath, lengthen. One more time. In-breath, lengthen. Steady through the legs, knees a little soft, hands to pelvis, elbows to sky. Tail reaching back, heart moving forward. Rise. Release your arms down. In-breath, reach up. Exhale, chair. Wait for another exhale, forward fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees in downward dog. Place your hands well. Take a look, pointer, finger, thumb, outer width of shoulders. Check out your feet. They could be wider than your pelvis for sure, but keep the heels lifted for the moment. And with your knees bent, lift your sitting bones up to the sky. And now from the bottom of your heart to your armpits, into your hands, extend. Keep the lift of the arms as they're reaching into the earth and making a connection. So the connection is not a collapse. Definitely not. You know, it's very engaged. And now from the bottom of your heart to your pelvis, extend, right? What's that like? What's that to open up space from the bottom of your heart, which is right above your respiratory diaphragm, to your pelvis, right? That's the reach. Find that. So both sides of the pelvis equally reaching back. Still got the tip of the pelvis, sitting bones up. Draw your tail down and then reach from your pelvis through your heels. Yep, doesn't mean you have to lengthen your legs. To get your legs longer, move the top of your thigh bones back towards your hamstrings and go easy, you know, first lengthening. So from your sitting bones to your heels, reaching to the earth as your thigh bones move back. 2 more breath cycles in and out through your nose. Pushing with your hands and feet. Inhale, come forward to plank, and we're going to hold here. So to hold this plank, head in neutral. Hands claw the earth and push. Feet push the earth. Couple more breath cycles in and out through your nose. Okay, knees to the mat, lower onto your belly. Pressing the tops of your feet down, squeezing your legs towards each other, lift your shoulders to the height of your elbows. Claw with your hands, in breath, heart moves forward and up, Bhujangasana. Cobra. Breathe. Legs firm to the mat, reaching back from pelvis to toes. In breath, move forward with your heart. Exhale, come to the mat. Place your hands underneath your forehead. Reach back through your right leg and lift it up. Press down with your right leg now, returning it to the earth. Reach back through your left leg to lift it up. So they're single leg lifts. Lower your left leg. One more time each side. Left leg anchors. Right leg lengthens and lifts. Both sides of your pelvis, steady and true to the mat. Right leg extends to lower. Anchor right leg. Lengthen, lift your left leg up. Keep breathing. Left leg lowers. Slide your hands by your chest. Push up into all fours position, please. If you need something underneath your knees for fours, you've got a blanket nearby. We also have 2 blocks and a yoga strap for practice today. So in all fours position, draw your tail down, drop your head, round your spine like a cat. Reach your tail out and up, pull your heart forward for cow. Keep it going. Use an exhale to move into cat. Push with your hands so you open your upper back. As you move into cow, articulate through the pelvis and then let it ripple up through your spine to come into cow. Add the final flourish of looking up with your head. All right, one more time, each direction. Take your time, you know, enjoy the connection of moving from pelvis through spine, through head. What a delight to be able to feel these parts of you. After your next cow, come to neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Reach your right hand forward, shift your pelvis back, come onto your left forearm. So you've just shifted your pelvis back to child's pose.
Right arm is reaching out long with the right armpit staying lifted. Left arm's just in a forearm plank position, right? So left elbow just bent. All right, in breath and come up.
We'll switch. Right hand comes back to the forest position. Move your left hand forward, long left arm. On the exhale, bend your right elbow, come into a right forearm plank. Pelvis shifts back to child's pose. Breathe. Keep drawing the left side of you back, right? Especially the left side of the pelvis, because it'll want to go forward with the left arm. So you got to breathe here. All right, up we go again. And we'll switch. Move your left hand back into all fours, just underneath the shoulders or a little forward. Right arm stretches and reaches forward. Finger pads rooting into the earth on the right hand, so the right heel of the hand is lifted.
Fold at your left elbow. Pelvis shifts back towards your heels. Breathe. Turn your head, look underneath your right armpit. Turn your head, look to the left. So you're going to look towards your left forearm, plank arm. In breath, your head to center. Lift your pelvis on your next in breath. Bring your right hand back to four. Switching sides, left arm forward. Ridge tops on your left hand. On the exhale, fold at your right elbow. Shift your pelvis back to your heels and just breathe here. Yeah, just the driving of your pelvis back towards your heels while your left hand roots to the earth with finger pads, right? And keeps lifted. That's a sweet stretch. So breathe through it and wait for an exhale, and then turn your head and look underneath your left armpit. Turn your head back to center, and now turn your head to look towards your right forearm. Breathe. Head to center, left hand slides in, lengthen your right arm, back up to fours. Step your right foot back, toes tucked under. Make sure your hands are placed well. Use your hands to push. You're building arm strength. Raise your right leg in the air. Extend your left arm forward. Breathe. So you've got that cross crawl, very dynamic movement pattern here, and you're expressing through this connection your strength, of an opposite arm and leg. Okay, left hand down, right knee down. Let's switch. Let's just start with the left foot on the ground. So step your left foot back, push into your left big toe ball joint so that feel some good opening through the left foot. Yeah, the push of the walk of life to propel you forward. That's what's happening in your left foot right now. So push. You're going to feel the muscles of your left leg tone. That's a good thing. And now extend your right arm forward and lift your left leg up. Breathe. In and out through your nose. Yeah. See if you can make that connection to staying with nasal breathing. One more breath cycle. Right hand down, left knee down. Take your right arm out to a T. Just hold the T for a moment. Push more with your left hand to lift your left ribs up so that you can turn open. So right hand's going to the sky. And it's going to the sky because of the push of your left hand and your ability to turn your left ribs skyward. All right, next breath, right hand down. Let's switch. Right hand, place it well so it's either like under the shoulder or a little forward. Open up your hand. Left arm out to a T. Push strongly before you go anywhere else. Like push off the earth. Like make a connection with the right hand and then push your floor away. It'll lift you up. You'll feel like your whole torso like lift away from the earth. Once you've got that lift in space, turn your right ribs to the left, and that will take your left arm towards the sky. Breathe. Keep pushing with your right hand. All right, next exhale, left hand down. Work your hands a handprint forward, tuck your toes under, and then take your pelvis up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Walk both feet forward to your standing forward fold. Bend your knees a little bit. Bring your hands to your pelvis. With your legs firm, rise tall. Release your arms down. Let's take a wide stance on your mat. Big wide stance. Turn your right foot, which will be your back foot, slightly in. Turn your left foot all the way open. Stretch both arms up to the sky and out to a T. Come into a knee bend on your front leg. Next, exhale, left arm to left thigh, right arm to the sky. Push down into both feet, in breath and come up. Exhale and release your arms. Left foot turns in. It's now the back foot. Right foot turns open to be the front foot. Pull your feet together as you stretch your arms up. Open your arms out wide, come into your knee bend on your right leg. Right arm to right thigh, left arm to the sky, and just breathe. In and out through your nose. Press down with both feet. Inhale and come up. Lengthen your legs. Feet parallel, heel toe them together. In breath, reach up. Exhale, chair pose. Fold forward, bring your hands to the back of your shin bones. So I'm just showing you where. Hands are going right to the back of your shin bones, right beneath your kneecap. So you're going to cup your shin bone right beneath the knee. Yep. In a forward fold. And we're going to press the top of the shin bone forward. Press the top of the shin bone forward in this forward fold. So right underneath your knee in the back body, your hands are pressing the top of the shin bones forward, and that's going to move the base of the shin bone back. Keep that. Move your inner thighs back and apart. And you might feel some stretching, in the buttocks, the low back as you have this, I don't want to call it a tug of war, but we got two things doing opposite directions. Your hands, mine are getting tired. My arms are getting tired of moving my shin bones forward, but I'm with it. Stay with it with me. Top of the shin bones forward and top of the thigh bones back, right? Two oppositional movements that are pretty powerful. Keep both. Begin lengthening your legs by rooting down from pelvis to feet. Let your head drop in. So you're deepening your forward fold. Still keeping shins forward, thigh bones back. Head releases. Breathe. All right, to fold your legs, head of the shin bone forward, thigh bone back towards hamstrings, hands to pelvis. In breath and come up. All right, you're upside down for quite a bit, so see how you feel as you come up. Breathe. Okay, let's take another wide stance here. Back foot's the right foot, turn it in. Left foot, turn all the way open to be your front foot. Stretch your arms up and out. Come into your knee bend on your front leg. All right, release your hands, bring them down to your pelvis. Hold on to your pelvis, just to have your hands have a place to be and make a connection. With your hands holding your pelvis, squeeze in a little bit. Don't overgrip. You're helping hug the midline. It's that same action that your feet are doing of pulling in. All right, now, head of the left shin bone forward, top of the left thigh bone back towards the hamstring. It's going to drop your pelvis straight down. Keep rooted in your back outer heel. Keep your back inner thigh lifted. Yeah, and how do you do it? Outer hip to outer heel on the back leg. Yeah, you're going to feel stretch, a little bit tired in your front leg. Perfect. Left arm to left thigh, right arm up and over your head this time. Let's work the left hand towards the earth. Maybe it goes behind the leg. Maybe it goes in front of it. It's fine, but you're working it to the earth. Breathe. Next exhale, turn to the earth with your torso. Pivot on your front foot and your back foot. So both feet are now facing the top of your mat. Step your right foot forward to a standing forward fold. Bring your hands to the back of your shin bones, shins forward. You push thigh bones back, right where your femur, the top of your thigh bone meets your pelvis. You're pressing it back to the hamstring. All right, keep that. Bring your hands to your pelvis. Long spine, rise tall. Good. Let's take another wide stance. Step it out. Left foot's the back foot, turn it in. Right foot's your new front foot, turn it open. Stretch your arms up and out, come into your knee bend. Bring your hands to your pelvis. Squeeze your pelvis in. Don't overgrip, it's just a little hug. Right, head of the right shin bone forward. Top of the right thigh bone back, which means towards the hamstrings, which will drop the pelvis down. You're not letting the back leg slip slide forward towards the front leg. You got to keep the back leg, inner thigh toned, right? You got to tone it. You got to pull up from inner ankle to inner groin. That's an upward pull. Meanwhile, from outer hip to outer heel in the back leg, push down. So you got a rising energy on the inside of the back leg. You've got a descending energy on the outer edge of the back leg. Yeah, come into your side bend, top arm over your head. All right, keep working head of the right shin bone forward, top of the right thigh bone back. And that's usually what, just playing there and keeping the back leg steady, that's often what will allow you to get a hand down lower, right hand towards the earth. Maybe it's in front of the leg, maybe it's behind the leg. Breathe. Push with both feet, in breath and come up. Lengthen your legs. I'm sorry, we got to go to our lunge. So hang on, lateral bend. Yeah. Turn to the earth here. Turn to the earth. Pivot on your back foot. So now both toes are pointing to the back of your mat. Yeah. And now step your left foot forward to a standing forward fold. Bend your knees. Bring the hands to the back of your calves, way up near the knees, the knee joint, but just beneath it. So you're on the top of the calf muscles. And press the shin bones forward. Move your thigh bones back. That is effort on your part, but not over efforting, right? Keep breathing. All right, bring your hands to your pelvis, elbows to the sky. In breath and stand up. Okay. Walk back to the top of your mat. Let's get your blanket and your blocks. Set your blanket mid-mat. You're going to be kneeling on it. I just have a double fold, but if you've got really tender knees, you could definitely fold it in half again. Just put your blocks at the top so they're ready to go with you. So blanket's about middle of the mat so that your knee can land on it. All right? Blocks near the top so they're easy to grab and get a hold of. Ready? All right, to the top of your mat, bend your knees. Pull up from the inner ankles to the inner groin. Reach down from your outer pelvis to your outer heels. In breath, stretch your arms up big. Shins move forward, thigh bones way at the top near the pelvis move back to come into chair pose. Come on, keep working shin bone forward right at the top. Thigh bone right where it meets the pelvis, back. Come on, go with me. I know. If you keep thinking it, your chair pose gets deeper. Go with me. And not because you've moved your chest forward, it's because the legs have folded. Very good. Fold forward, touch your blocks, take hold of them. Step your right foot back and put the top of your right knee down. Right foot back, top of the right knee down. Hopefully it landed on your blanket. If not, make an adjustment. Lay the top of your right foot flat. So we've got an extension through the top of the right foot, toenails pressing into the earth. Keep the head of your left shin bone, the left leg, moving forward, top of the left thigh bone moving back to the hamstrings as you walk your blocks back. So your left leg doesn't get to come back with you as your blocks walk back. They'll walk back as far as they work, right? You'd be like, that's where they're walking back to? Fine. Now, wherever you are, push off the blocks. Keep your pubic bone, tailbone reaching down so pelvis is weighted, but lift up through your sternum. Take the head of your arm bones back and just gently press your head back. So you got a little quality of extension, right? Maybe smidgen of hyperextension to a back bend, yeah? All right, walk your blocks forward. Tuck your back toes, push with your back foot, lengthen and lift, step your right foot forward. And now let's step the left leg back. So second side, left leg back, left knee down, top of the left foot down. Spread your toes out on your left foot and your right foot. In your back foot, really press the toenails themselves down. And you probably have a couple that you press down pretty well. For many of us, it's the inner edge of the foot. It's like the big toe side. So we often have to think of making a connection to the baby toe side. All right, head of the right shin bone moving forward. Top of the right thigh bone moving back to the hamstrings. Yeah, that'll help with the pelvis. And then you take your time, work your blocks back. What's back? You know, it's up to you, the distance you move back. You determine how much you travel back with the blocks. Breathe, lift up through your heart. Your pelvis is heavy. Pubis and tail are descending with weight. Now from pubis to sternum, lengthen up. Push off your blocks with your hands to help you create the lift. Take the head of your arm bones back and just let the sides of your neck, tips of the ears fall back. So it's got a little bit of a back bend quality. Breathe. Exhale, forward fold, walk your blocks forward. Tuck your back toes under, push with your back foot, lift up your back leg. Step your left foot forward. Right leg back. First side again. Right knee down. Top of the right foot down. Breathe. Work your blocks back. Head of the left shin bone forward. Top of the left thigh bone back to the hamstrings. From a heavy pelvis at pubis and tail, anchoring. Lift up through your heart from pubic bone to sternum. Head of the arm bones back. Optional, right arm up. Right hand to base of skull, elbow tip higher to the sky. Elbow tip up. Pelvis heavy, left shin bone forward. You'll tend to come out of that. Come on, left shin bone forward, left thigh bone back. In breath, right arm up. Exhale, right arm to your block. Walk your blocks forward. Tuck your back toe. You did great. Push with your back foot, lift. Step your right foot forward. Second side, breathe, left leg back. Left knee down, top of the left foot, anchors. Breathe. All right. Head of the right shin bone is what? Forward or back? Forward. What's the top of the right thigh bone doing? Back. Yeah. Work your blocks back. Breathe. Pelvis heavy. Heart lifted. Left arm up. Left elbow bends, left hand to left skull. Left side of the skull, maybe cupping the whole thing. Take your left elbow up to the sky. Come on. Lift. Breathe. Left arm lengthens, left hand down to the block. Walk your blocks forward. Tuck your back toes, lift your back leg, step forward. Work your blocks off your mat. Hands to pelvis, rise. All right. If you need the blanket for kneeling for modified side planks, feel welcome to keep it on the mat or not. You know, if you've got a thick enough mat or you're on carpeting underneath your mat, you may not need all that extra cushion. But if you're on like a tile, you may want to keep your blanket handy for the other kneeling shapes. Inhale, big breath up. Exhale, chair pose. Shin bones forward, thigh bones back. Heart lifted. Come on. Shin bones forward, thigh bones back. It should be taking the lower half of you into a squat without you pitching forward in your heart. So it's got this little quality of the back bend that you just experienced, right? All right, exhale, forward fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Push with your hands and feet. Keep the tip of your sitting bone skyward. Keep the lift of your belly, your ribs, and your armpits. And now reach down from your tail to your heels as you move your thigh bones back towards your hamstrings to lengthen your legs. Maybe your heels will reach to the earth a little bit more. Breathe. All right, knees to the mat. Left knee down, left hand on the mat. Spin open to a modified side plank. So left hand down, left knee down, right leg in the air, right arm up. Come up to tall kneeling. So transition right to a tall kneeling position. And we're going to the other side. Right hand down, left leg out. Yep, so we transition through kneeling. Left arm up to the sky. Left leg lifts. Breathe. To tall kneeling, both knees down, torso upright. Turning to the top of your mat, both hands down, step into plank. Turn to the top of your mat, step back into plank. Breathe. Knees to the mat, lower all the way down onto your belly. Place your left arm underneath your forehead. Rest your head down on your left arm. Bend your right knee. Now, if you need a strap to lasso your foot for a quad stretch, your strap's nearby, grab it, lasso your foot. You can also grab your clothing or your pants. Take the head of your right arm bone back, push with your left forearm to lift up a little bit, reach back with your right hand or lasso your foot. Bend your right elbow. Move the head of your right arm bone back. Breathe. As your toes spread out, push your foot away, even though your right foot is coming to your butt, right? It's coming towards your bottom, but it's pushing away at the same time. We have 2 more breath cycles. And now release the right foot. Let's switch. Come to right forearm down. Rest your head down to start. Bend your left knee. Push with your left hand to lift yourself up. And then are you going to lasso your left foot? What's it like over here? Try to keep the left knee in alignment with your pelvis so it's not splaying out to the left. Are you going to grab your left foot with your left hand? Are you going to grab your clothing? All of it works. So make a connection. Hand to foot. Could be hand to leg, hand to yoga strap to foot. That's still a great connection. Bend your left elbow. Move the head of your left arm bone back. As you draw your left foot towards your buttocks, push your left foot away at the same time. And breathe. Release. Switching sides again. This time, let's use ridge tops on the left hand. So work your left hand a little bit forward of your body. Push with your left hand, to lift yourself up. You'll be on finger pads. If you get tired of finger pads, you can flat palm it, but try to return to finger pads whenever you can so that you build wrist strength. Bend your right knee. Reach for your right foot. You can lasso it. Bend your right elbow. Move the head of your right arm bone back. Push your right foot away, even though you're drawing it in. Turn your belly and your ribs to the left. Right side of the belly, turning left. 1 more cycle of breath, in and out through the nose. Lower down. Switching sides. Right hand to ridge tops. Right elbow up, bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand for your left foot. Push with your right hand, breathe. Bend your left elbow, head of the left arm bone back. 2 more breath cycles. You're trying to bring your left foot towards your buttock, but you're also trying to push your left foot away. So find that dance, right, of connection, of the push-pull. All right, next breath cycle, lower down. Push up into all fours. Press up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Left knee to the mat. Modified side plank, left hand down. Right hand to your pelvis. Yep, so you're back in side plank. You were here just a few minutes ago. Breathe. Right leg in the air. Bend your right knee. Take your right arm up to the sky. Make an arm circle. I don't know. Can you get your right foot? Can you grab your clothes? What you got back there? If you don't have anything, it's okay. You imagine the connection. Bend your right elbow. That's for everybody. Move the head of your right arm bone back. Breathe. Let your head be a natural extension of your spine. 2 more breath cycles. So yeah, you got a quad stretch here in side plank. All right. Guess what you're coming up through? Kneeling. So transition to both knees down, tall kneeling. Second side, right hand down, left leg extends. Left leg up, left arm up. Modified side plank. Push with your right hand. Yep, you're building strength here. Bend your left knee. Arm circle your left arm back behind you. What can you reach for? Try to see what you can find. If you've got clothing, that's perfect. Bend your left elbow. That's everybody. Head of the left arm bone back. Push your left foot away and resist with your hand. And if you don't have the connection, imagine the connection. Right? Still create the action. The connection's there. Head's just a natural extension of the spine. Breathe. Extend your left leg out, back to tall kneeling. Turning to the top of your mat, step back into downward facing dog. Hands go down, swing your legs around, downward facing dog. Breathe. Very good, everybody. Bend your knees. Tip your sitting bones skyward. Use your hands and your feet and push the earth. And then reach from your pelvis down to your heels. As you continue to move your shin bones forward and your thigh bones back to lengthen your legs. 2 more breath cycles. Knees to the mat. Locate your yoga strap. Bring it with you. Let's start in seated, yoga strap nearby. Janu Shirshasana. So right leg extended, left leg coming in towards the pelvis, leg folded. Hook your yoga strap around your right foot. Balance the 4 corners of your right foot. And as you press down through your right heel, press down through the back of your right calf, the back of your right knee, the back of your right thigh. With the head of your arm bones drawing back, so you're not coming forward in the shoulder girdle. Turn your left ribs so that you aim the center of your heart to your right knee. Breathe, forward fold. You can work your hands down the straps. You can keep your hands where they are and just let your torso fall forward. Keep extending from your pelvis through the crown of your head. Make a clear connection of right inner thigh to left foot and left foot to right inner thigh. If your forward fold gives you the ability to let go of the strap and take your hands to your leg, maybe even wrap your foot, go for it. Drop your head in. Wherever you are, let your head release towards your leg. 2 more breath cycles in and out through the nose. For everyone, release the strap or release the bind of the hands. Bring your hands next to your pelvis. Push your hands into the earth to lift your torso up. Second side. Left leg extends. Right leg folds. Right foot meets inner line of left leg, wherever it's willing to meet. Breathe. Take your strap around your left foot. Draw the head of your arm bones back. The elbows go in towards your side. Yeah, it'll help you pull the left leg and make a connection into your body, right? So from left foot to pelvis, there's a drawing in. Breathe. Connect to the earth by pressing down through your left heel. Keep your toes fanning out. Press down through the back of your left calf, the back of your left knee, the back of your left thigh. Keep all that. Strong commitment. Turn your right ribs to the center of your left knee. Yeah, so there's a turn of your torso, a little slight rotation through the rib cage. Yeah. Breathe. From your hip crease, forward fold. Keep a connection, right foot to left inner line of the leg, left inner line of the leg pressing back into right foot. As you come into your forward fold, you can keep hold of the strap if that's appropriate. Your hands can also release to the floor and push the floor away. You can also reach towards your left foot. Maybe both hands can wrap around the left foot and you create a bind. Lots of options. So wherever you are, breathe. Let your head release, settle in. In and out through the nose is your breath. One more breath cycle. If you're holding straps or if your hands are bound, slide your hands now back towards your pelvis. Use your hands, push into the ground to lift your torso up. Bring your legs together. Let's turn and get long ways on our mat to the center. Strap still nearby. Lay down on your back. Hook the strap once you're down around the bottom of your right foot. You're going to keep your left knee bent. So right foot receiving the strap, left knee stays bent. Work your right hand up towards the top of the strap near your right foot. Draw your left knee into your chest. Bend your right knee a little bit. Yeah. So by you bending your right knee, you've got top of the right shin bone forward. Move the top of the thigh bone back on your right leg. And now re-lengthen your leg. Reach from pelvis to right foot into the strap. Maybe even bring the leg closer towards your chest. All right, left foot on the ground. Right foot out of the yoga strap. Let's go to the other side. Left foot in the yoga strap. Work your left hand up towards your left foot. Draw your right knee into your chest. Use your right hand, hug your right knee in. Bend your left knee. Just by bending the knee, we have head of the left shin bone forward. You have to add top of the left thigh bone back towards the hamstrings. Keep that quality, right? Keep those actions as you reach from pelvis to foot to lengthen your leg. It's a much more effective stretch through the back line of the leg. Used a lot of the back line of the leg today in the practice. Yeah, with those lunges, with the quad stretching, with the back bending. So just lengthening it out effectively, shin forward, thigh bone back. All right. Bend your left knee, take your left foot out of the strap. Set your strap off, open your arms out to a T. Work your legs together, knees, feet touching. Drop both knees to the right, turn your head to look left. Squeeze your bottom leg up into your top leg. Use an inhale, legs to center. Wait for an exhale, and as you're breathing out, both knees drop left, head turns right. Use your bottom leg as the guide. Wait for an inhale. Both legs above you, back to knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Draw both knees into your chest, gentle hug. Place both feet back on the floor. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. So you have Supta Baddha Konasana. Use the soles of your feet equally. Press down through the pinky toe edges of your feet into the earth. This is a very unique position to explore head of the shin bone forward, top of the thigh bone back. I know you can understand top of the shin bone forward, right? The knees bent. You got that one. What does top of the thigh bone back mean here? You know it moves towards the hamstrings. So what would that be? It doesn't mean the knees go lower to the earth. We're not down there at the knee part, right? We're up here where the femur meets the hip joint. What does it mean to move thigh bones back? Breathe. Keep exploring it. It's a good exploration. Makes a connection in the ball socket joint in a new place. Take a couple more breath cycles in and out through your nose. Keep exploring. What is shins forward, thigh bones back here mean? Okay, on your next exhale, bring your knees together. One last knee to chest if you need it, or you can just stretch your legs out long. If you need your blanket today to cover you up and keep you warm, feel welcome to grab it. Legs long to the mat, arms down by your side, palms open. Close your eyes. We spend an hour together creating connection, waking up to this incredible gift we have to connect with ourselves and with others and with our environment. Take a nice inhale and then a really strong clearing exhale, like out through the mouth, blow it out, sigh it out. It's like a cleansing breath. And let the practice dissolve. So if you want to do another one of those and literally practice over, got what I got out of it, and now let it go and rest.